Okay, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Beyond the Whistle podcast. As always, shout out to our first time listeners. And if you have already listened before, welcome back. I gotta let you know this podcast is evolving. We are still for the football fan that knows very little, but today we have football experts that are here to help us break down a few things. So we're talking about the Iron Bowl, we're talking about Alex Wright, and we have a couple surprises coming up, so stay tuned.
We have a longtime friend, David Coffin, here with us again. And he's going to... Yes, welcome back, David. I'm so glad to have you.
Hey, good to be back.
Yes. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, I watched the Browns lose like I predicted. I don't know if you got my prediction video I sent, but it was rough. They couldn't handle it in the end like I kind of knew. I mean, they couldn't get the onside kick and they couldn't field the punt that would have got them to at least have a chance to drive down the field and try to win the game, but it was messy.
Yeah.
Messy. Well, we have a great episode. I'm really excited. Thank you, David, for coming. You're always a pleasure to have you.
Oh, yeah. I get that a lot. We have Miss Aretha Wright and Miss Lanelle Robertson. And Miss Aretha grew up in Elba, is that how you say it? Yeah. Elba, and she is the mom of Alex Wright, who is the main subject of this podcast. And he is currently on the Cleveland Browns. He's a, I want to say defensive end. I want maybe to switch to defensive tackle sometimes. But she graduated from Virginia College and is now a universal banker. But Mrs. Robertson is a longtime supporter of pig science and the founder of Glorious Cleaners, and those services extend past the Wiregrass area. Thank you both for being here.
Hold on.
Thank you. Hello. Did he get anything? Did he get anything wrong in that intro, or we're good to go?
You're good. You're good to go.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, I guess we can start off with what it's like being the mom of an athlete, and how do you deal with it?
It's different. I know he's played. He's 5-6 games in, but it's still a lot to wrap your head around. Coming from a small town like Elba, we've only had one player that has actually played in the NFL, and that was like in the early 90s. And he was actually a walk-on, didn't get drafted, but he just pretty much was, tried out, I guess, is what they call it. But it's very different because you don't know who's sincere and who is, wanting the fame and the, to be attached to Alex. So you have to be very, very careful and, just pay attention to who's actually there for him. It is very amazing. It's a big difference because, coming from a school like UAB, it's not the Alabama or the Auburn type, school. So, UAB is considered, smaller school. So, it's a great feeling to see that they actually recognized and saw his athleticism and, chose him to be, drafted. So we're very proud.
Was Alex a multi-sport athlete? Did he play anything other than football, or was football just the main focus?
He played basketball, and he's always, played sports since he was 5. He started out playing football in Little League, as well as basketball. And he took more to basketball once he got older. and he stopped playing football. He was in the band, played the saxophone in the band, started in the 5th grade, up until the 9th grade. And he was still playing basketball. So, naturally we thought that basketball was going to be his sport. But he had a coach that, talked to him, was like, why don't you think about, playing football? So he's really been back playing football. He started in his sophomore year. And he grew over the summer. He was like 6'4", 225 when he left for college. And now he's like 6'6", 275 pounds, playing in the NFL. So yeah, he really put on some meat there.
They feeding them well in Cleveland.
Yes.
So one thing we heard from Miss Gooseby in one of our other interviews is that, like, I'm not going to want it more than my son. So he's going to put in the work, and then I meet him along the way. So how do you create a supportive foundation for Alex and him? And have you used the same mindset with him?
Well, as a mom, of course, you want to be the protector, the mother bear, but Alex is growing, and I have seen a change in him. He has really grown up. Amazing young man, and it's kind of hard for me to let the little boy go, but he has to find his own way, and you have to let boys grow into men. So I think he's handling things pretty well, considering, because this was kind of fast. It was his junior year in college. He felt as if he had reached his peak. His last year, he was Defensive Player of the Year. So it's just like, where do you go from there? You're already at the top. So what's next? Because in his mind, it's like, okay, what if I get injured, my senior year of college? So that was the thing of where he said he prayed about it, he talked to God about it, and he decided to enter the draft, and here we are.
Yeah. Well, that's a big shift, and I believe he's handling it well. I've been following on the reports on my Twitter and watching the updates of Cleveland Browns on YouTube. So he seems to be handling it well. He has a great support system behind him.
Yeah,
he really does. So would you like to? Do you mind talking to us about being a single mom? Having to struggle the kids around to all the different events. What would you tell other single parents out there, like some words of advice for them?
It takes a lot of motivation, a lot of dedication. I'm all they have. Especially Alex. I'm mom and dad. So, it's like I kind of have to split between which child to go to, and it's been difficult. So sometimes you have to send someone in your place, but every kid wants their parent to be there. There's nothing like looking in the stands, know that you have the support of someone, whether it be a parent or a family member or a friend or someone who is just like family. So it's I'm not gonna say it's easy, it's not. But with them, I've always told them that you want to do your best. Get out and explore. Make sure you have good grades. Set goals. You can do anything that you want to do if you just stick to it, work hard, and do your best. And so I must say that I'm very, very proud of both of them, including my daughter Brooke. Very, very proud of both of them. They are some very, very special kids, and it takes a village. I can't take all the credit. My mom was my backbone. She was there running. I have aunts that have been there in my place when I couldn't be there. Family members, Lanelle, I mean, you know, they've all showed up with me. And when I wasn't able to, you know, be there, somebody has always been there.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference. It's hard work, but you look at the end result and you're realizing, okay, I'm tired, but it's well worth it.
Would you like give the same advice, Lanelle, to parents out there raising, like, you know, I know you have 2 young boys, so would you give the same advice?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will, because I was the same way. I raised 2 boys, just me, and it get difficult, but you know, like she said, with the village behind, hey, you can do anything you want to do.
That's it.
And everything is out.
And it takes a lot of prayer.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of prayer.
And for us, like a builder, me and my sister.
Prayer is the number one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. It's our shield.
So I got a question, if I may step in. All right. What's it like, the experience going to a Browns game? I've been to a Titans game before, but that was a completely different type of experience. So how was your experience?
Oh my God.
We went to
when
they played.
I bet they're hectic in Cleveland. I know.
Well, we haven't yet been to a Cleveland game yet.
Really? Oh, come on now. You're gonna get out there.
That's the next step. Hopefully to get out there in November. I know it's gonna be very cold, but we got to do it just to say that, hey, we've actually been to a Browns game. But we just went.
You ain't sitting no tickets. Come on, man. That ain't right.
We've only been to we've been to Jacksonville. Went to the Jacksonville game, and we've been to Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. So it's different. I mean, when I tell you it's different than any college game you could have ever imagined. I mean, it's man.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yes. I mean,
and it's
so big and extravagant.
Yeah, it's exciting to meet all the different people and the fans, you know what I'm saying? And I love to talk trash.
Heck yeah.
We got trash talkers.
I love to talk. So it's really exciting. I guess the thing about it is when you're at a high school game and a college game, I mean, you know, they still got their players out there who they're rooting for. Yeah, talk the trash. But when you sit in an NFL stadium and you just look around and all the people, you can't even hear yourself talk. You can't even hear yourself think. But it's exciting to know, oh my God, look at all these people. And they're, and we're finna do the same thing.
Right.
Yes.
It's easy for you to join in, I'm sure.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to hear is Lanelle scream, "Let's go!"
Yes.
Yeah, my brother's currently up in Philadelphia right now. He's a big Eagles fan. They're playing the Cowboys tonight. And I told him, because
Cowboys, stand up.
I can't co-sign on that, but I told him they got a jail in the stadium, so don't get too rowdy. You're going to jail in the same building. So, one more question: What made Alex choose to go to UAB? Since I think you were in the Troy area, you didn't want to go to Troy.
Yes, he chose UAB because he said that it actually felt like home. He got a really, really close connection with the O-line coach, Coach Nick Gentry. I mean, they still have a really close relationship to this day. He still calls him and asks for advice to this day. He said that, you know, when he was having, you know, issues or whatever and with high school and how to figure out how to do a play or whatever, he literally called him one night, 10, 11 o'clock, and he had a game the next day, and he answered. And he talked to him and gave him some really, really good advice. So, you know, when someone is constantly checking up on you, you know, and you're still in high school and you got all these, because he had a lot of offers from big schools, you know, and it was just that it felt like home to him. So that's why he chose UAB.
Okay, because I was interested because a handful of years ago, UAB got rid of their football program. And I thought that would have been a big deterrent when they brought it back for, you know, young players to go, because they're like, well, it's a very shaky program, but they've been doing good. I think they won their conference a couple times already. So,
and he finally was able to get his championship ring, which he was excited about that. So, you know,
nice.
It's a lot of good things that came out of UAB. And, you know, like he always said, it doesn't matter the college. If they want you, they'll find you. And they found
True.
Moving on to the Iron Bowl. As we all know, the Alabama versus Auburn rivalry is the age-old rivalry. There's always some fun conversations around that. Miss Aretha, you are a longtime Alabama fan.
Yes, roll tide.
Well, I know what
we got messed up yesterday.
I am War Eagle, baby.
A War Eagle. Okay.
Oh. They're divided.
I'm with you,
baby.
Don't act like that, baby.
There you go,
Don't act like that. Now I was beginning to just like you.
I get that a lot too. There's always a but at the end of that. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So who are we think? Well, I guess we kind of already said who you think will win.
Oh, we know. She knows Alabama will win.
They probably will. We got a lot of work to do.
Well, I don't know, y'all.
For the coaching job.
Oh yeah. Brian Harsin, he's on the hot seat. But I mean, they still gave Ole Miss a run for their money yesterday. So and Ole Miss is no slouch.
Yeah.
I mean, and after watching that horrific game that Alabama was playing, man, we don't look as disciplined and polished as the past Alabama elite teams. So hopefully that loss will be the punch in the mouth they need to start focusing, because they made way too many mistakes. They let way too many points get scored on them. Their secondary looked like they were hungover. I mean, they still hung in there, but in the end of the day, it was a loss. And, you know, hopefully that can make them build better to finish the end of this season strong, dude, because I mean, their hopes to get back to the national championship are not done. Now, if they lose one more time, they are. But well, when it comes to Auburn, that game, it doesn't matter if one's undefeated and one has 0 losses. Auburn's gonna fight like they're in the friggin' Civil War. Okay? You know, that's the one they circle every year. It don't matter. But interesting fact is Auburn has not beaten Alabama in Bryant-Denny Stadium since 2010. So there's that. But then again, there's always a time where it happens. The streak gets broken, like you just saw with the Tennessee game. But I didn't get to smoke my cigar. That was sad.
Hey, we've made won the championship with one loss before. We're still in it.
Well, all of our championships, except with Saban, all of our championships we won with one loss, except for the 2009 season where we were undefeated. So we've done it before.
We'll do it again.
Do it again.
Okay.
War Eagle.
And I'm out of it because I went to LSU, so
get out of here. What are you doing? I at least respect Auburn fans. Jesus.
Go Tigers.
Is that a secret? I'm out of here. I'm about to just
He done
leave.
threw you
Wow.
out.
Hey, y'all did put a whooping on
On
Florida
Aub-
yesterday. So.
yeah, and Auburn. So
Really?
Ooh.
sorry, I had to get my little in there.
Yeah, good for you. You know, LSU needs whatever victory they can get.
Yes.
We do
Hey,
have Browns do have their kickers, so hey.
Say welcome. Welcome to our Dog Pound segment. We're going to break down all things Alex with someone who knows him the most. His mother, Aretha Wright, and our other guest, Lanelle Robertson. All right, David, take it away.
He started today because Clowney, is out.
Yeah, Clowney's still hurt. So he's did he get any tackles?
He got 2 tackles. He had a batted down pass. That's all I seen.
Okay. Because that will put him to total of what, 10 tackles now for the season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. He hasn't got any sacks yet, though.
No sacks yet.
Yet.
That's yet. Keyword yet.
And who do they play next? Because they just got done with the Patriots. Patriots kind of put it on them.
Yeah, that was crazy. They play the Ravens. Oh Lord.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. You think he's gonna be able to go back there and get some hands on Lamar Jackson, or you think he's gonna have some trouble? Because that's a fast man.
I don't know. And plus, it's actually in Baltimore, so
yeah, that's a tough city to play in, man.
Yeah.
So, do you think he's going to be able to? I mean, I know it's his rookie year, so it's not going to really get a whole lot of field time. But do you think he's going to be able to climb up the roster? Because I don't really see Clowney ever really being fully healthy. So, I mean, however you can get up there, you can get up there. But how do you think the next season projection is going to be?
I mean, it just depends on if Clowney, he just signed a 1-year deal, so.
Oh yeah.
Alex is behind him, so I think right now, with it being his rookie year, I think he's kind of been thrown in the fire, because of people being injured. He's still learning, so the goal is, yes, for him to be a starter next year. And like I know you were saying, like moving him on the inside, I think he could do either or, because he did that at UAB.
Yeah. That's what I mentioned.
And it worked. It worked out for him because he did get a lot of sacks that way. So
yeah, because him coming from the end, that's hard. Especially, I think they put him on the end sometimes where the quarterback can see him coming, like it's not over the right shoulder.
Right.
At believe the right end position. But yeah, I think they're probably going to drop Clowney at the end of the season. To be honest, I mean, like I keep saying, he's just too injury prone, and I think that's where the avenue Alex will get right up to the full-time starting position. At least that's the hopes.
Yeah, that's the goal. And I mean, he's around some good defensive end players. I mean, Myles Garrett, just broke the record today for sacks. So and Clowney is, he's good. I mean, the dude is awesome. So
yeah, he's a beast. He's just made out of Rice Krispies.
You get me with that every time.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, so he has the potential, and he's learning, he's listening, he's asking questions. So yes, the goal would be for him to, get to that starting position next year.
Okay. And if it happens, what team would Alex Wright, if the Browns decide to cut or trade, what team do you think he'd go to besides Cleveland? Have you talked about it any, or
not really? The team I would want him to go to is Dallas.
Oh yeah, well, kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better tell him to get you a Dallas house and some Dallas tickets. Come on. I know the rookie contracts ain't that lavish, but come on now. You gotta do better, Alex.
We gotta get in there. We gotta get in there first.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. As long as he has a nice, healthy season, I see him prospering very well. I mean, he does have some really good outside moves. He can disrupt the quarterback. Now he has a lot of quarterback hurries. So, and that's just as good as a sack, in my opinion, because then you're leading him to make a mistake or throw an interception. I mean, it may not pop off on the stat sheet, but he gets back here a good bit. So he is a threat.
Right. Yeah. Because, I think they know that too, because they have 2 or 3 people on him, just like with Miles. They have 2 or 3 people on him. So
you say some of Alex's long-term goals are football?
Of course, everybody's not a Tom Brady, but, if we could, get 10, 15 years and still, not be too banged up, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
He loves the game and he wants to play, and, just taking reps is his goal. He wants to be out there to where he is a starter, and not just filling in the starting position, because someone is out, and, getting a lot more minutes, playing time. That's all I know for now.
All right. More to come.
It's still new.
He doesn't be going out and partying now, does he? Keep him in line? Because I know how that NFL money is.
No. He's he goes out, of course, he's 22, but most of the time, at least when I'm talking to him, he's playing Madden on the PS5.
I remember the interview. I go nowhere without it.
Yes, he's that's his safety.
That's beautiful.
Puts it on his back, takes it on the flight with him. Yeah, he keeps that secure.
Nice. When he's not playing football, he's playing football.
But he has a character on Madden, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're all.
I bet he starts every game.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Clowney.
Of course.
Yes, of course. I even play it and moved him to the starter.
Nice. Who'd you replace?
Clowney.
I knew it. His injury rating is 50.
Yeah.
I actually bet it is. I haven't played Madden in a while.
So really quick, what are you all's predictions on the Browns versus Bills? I think that'll be the next one.
Are they're playing at the Bills?
They are.
I thought it was the Ravens.
Well, by the time this airs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought the Bills was later.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I
don't know.
I hate to say it. I mean, no disrespect, but I'm pretty sure that. Wait, hold on. What week is that? I need to know the exact week, because
November 20th.
Yeah, the 20th.
November the 20th.
And it's at the Bills.
Yeah, they should have. Are they going to have Deshaun back? Well, that's a whole can of worms we got to open up.
Deshaun don't come back. Deshaun comes back on December 4th.
December. Okay, all right. It was close.
When they play Texans.
Yeah, the Texans. He's coming back for that game.
We need him. We need him bad. We need him bad.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Brissett. he's a good game manager, but when he gets put in pressure situations, he just can't do it. I mean, the Browns defense has been holding up pretty good with the if they can't get it going with the run game on offense with Nick Chubb, like today, I think the Browns only had about less than 80 yards rushing total.
Right.
So you can't get the rushing game going. Brissett's going to struggle in the pocket. And also, if you flush him out, he runs like Frankenstein. I could catch him in a foot race. Holy God, with steel-toe boots on. He is slow. Sorry. But the way the Bills have been cooking, Josh Allen, he's gonna light the secondary up. Brown's secondary is a little shaky. And especially if they get who are they getting? Trying to get Christian McCaffrey from, I believe, with the Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, if they get him and if he stays healthy, oh man, it's going to be smooth sailing for the Bills. So I really don't see the Browns being, especially at the Bills in the middle of November, like it's going to be cold. I mean, they're already used to the cold being in Cleveland, but that's a different type of cold. That's upstate New York cold. So I just know you got fans jumping through tables. You see that crap? They're crazy. They're out of their minds. It's just, and the home field advantage is too much for the Bills. I see them possibly winning by double digits. The Bills,
right?
So I mean, no.
Okay, well, last thing. Do you guys have any shout outs to give? Now is the time.
Well, shout out to my brother out in Philly, getting ready to watch this game. Hopefully he has not been arrested already, because like I said, he's out of his mind. Sydney, you've met him. You know he's crazy.
Landon, yes.
So shout out to him and his safety mainly. So yeah.
Yes.
And shout out to my blood pressure medicine for not making me have a stroke watching that Alabama game.
Oh,
Good old blood pressure medicine. Let's go. Wow.
okay.
David, you and me both. I had to pop my But I'll give a shout out to, of course, Alex, my kids, my family, Pick Science.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Science.
Pick Science.
Like
You guys stand up and see it, all your hard work.
Yeah, with that shirt, Sydney.
The mama bear. Yo,
look at
We love it. We're just here to impact the community in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Lanelle?
Well, I'll just give a shout out to Pick Science. You guys, I'm going to support no matter what, even though y'all just. So how can I re-enter to get the gas card again?
We've been discussing that. That was actually the topic of conversation at last week's meeting.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
You'll be the first to know.
Lanelle.
That's your biggest support.
Yeah, of course.
Biggest supporter.
Our
Yes,
biggest
we
supporter.
see you all the time on social media, shouting us out, doing everything. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she keeps grinding for you guys. For us. For Alex.
Everybody. I love her.
So steak dinner one day.
Nice.
Steak.
Steak dinner.
Steak.
You know we're just going to Santa Fe.
So you can just get her 6-ounce steaks from Santa Fe.
Yeah, that'll work.
You didn't say what size.
That'll work.
Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for giving us your time and just amazing conversation. We hope you come back and chat with us soon. That's it. Thank you all.
You all.
Thank you.
Peace out. Be easy.
David.